Welcome to Coffee and Convo Houston, live with RE and Chosen. Today's special guest, FD Sparkman. I don't know why I keep saying today's special guest. You are a special guest, period. Last week's conversation was how to build trust. Today's conversation is how to engage in those hard conversations. And for our recap of last week's show, Chosen.
Okay. So if y'all missed last week's show, we talked about how to build trust, as Ari just said. Um, you know how it is. It's a lot of wishy-washy things that go on, and you want your relationships to be. We deal with a lot of relationships. I touched on either they are friendships, partnerships, romantic relationships, and we know we all have to build trust on those relationships. So we talked about the good ways to build those, to build up trust, and we also went into in depth on how when you have had trust issues, how building that trust can also be a difficult task. It can be difficult, but I didn't say impossible. So this week we're going to talk about how to engage in those hard to but need to have conversations, and these right here might be able to just help save or salvage your relationships, or also help you dodge a bullet, and maybe that person could be the best thing that you never had. You know what I'm saying? So these is why we need to have these hard conversations. So we about to get into that, and yeah, here we go. Good morning. Coffee and Convo Houston is
Right.
live.
Now, this is kind of ironic with today being Valentine's Day. Don't you think?
Man, forget Valentine's Day.
Yeah, well, good. We can try the tough love.
Tough love.
Tough love.
Good
Exactly.
morning, Melissa. Yes, you're right. We are all
Good morning,
special.
Melissa.
Okay, so let's dive right on in and how to engage in these hard conversations. Now, like we just said, last week's conversation was how to build trust, and we attempted to tackle the trust issues, because most of us have trust issues. Most of us have been hurt. And as far as engaging with new people, it's kind of a difficult thing to do. We have our guards up. Some of us have our guards up. So we're going to dive right in. You said, Frederick, last week when we were discussing this topic, that in order to engage in a hard conversation, it requires trust and vulnerability, and that's going to be on both sides, right? Now, you said that trust was 90% of it. So vulnerability is that remaining 10, or no? Is there something else we're missing there?
Well, you could go 5 vulnerability, 5 fear.
Okay. Now,
that sums it up.
That sums it up. 5 fear. Fear of what may come out of the conversation or the person's reaction.
More than likely, it's the person's reaction. People tend to think the wrong thing, maybe because they watch too many movies or whatever, but they expect people to go ape crap because they told them a truth that they probably already knew. And you've just been avoiding or whatever, but they can always sense that there's something going on, behind the scenes, or something you're not telling them.
So if we're contemplating what the person we're addressing, let's say when we play out the whole conversation, like overthinking the conversation, because sometimes they don't even go that direction.
Yeah. You got to think that nobody thinks the way you do. And the problem with most people is when you get ready to engage in that type of conversation or expose yourself to that level, you're still thinking your thoughts, not theirs. So your perception is already skewed.
Fair. That's fair enough. Okay, so you asked me to remind you of this statement. It is hard to engage someone in a hard conversation when they are always lying.
I mean, you're sitting there trying to get to the meat and solve a problem. You can't get to the root if the person is throwing his bodyguard in your face saying, keep him away, Chuck. So that lie is his bodyguard. He's going to keep that bodyguard coming, or she's going to keep that bodyguard coming. So you come and you try to attack her flank, and here come another lie. Bodyguard Chuck standing in the way. You can't get through to the actual person until you get past their lies or their need or want or desire. to lie to you instead of just telling you the truth.
Okay. And again, we're talking about those hard conversations. Chosen, what type of hard conversations are we talking about addressing here?
Yeah, like maybe, I mean, it could be some simple stuff too. Like sometimes it could be their habits and just things that they might, things that they might be suppressing to deal with that could be detrimental to your your relationship. So let me see if I can come up with a real good example of a hard conversation. So again, I like to start off with relationships.
Mhm.
Okay, so for instance, okay, let's say like um you date,
Jerome says
let's
yes,
say,
Lord.
huh?
Jerome says yes, Lord.
Who is that, Jerome Johnson?
Yes.
Okay, that's my cousin. What's going on, cuz? Good morning. Let's say, okay, I'm gonna go to dating since dating is easy.
Okay.
Let's say you dating somebody, right? And the honeymoon phase is real cool. And what I mean by honeymoon phase is everything is fresh, everything cool. Y'all done already kind of caught a vibe, and and y'all good. But then you notice this one thing, right? You notice when you always got to come pick them up or whatever, and you don't really say nothing because you don't want to disrupt what y'all got going on, and you really don't mind coming to pick them up, but it's concerning you. So you might want to ask, hey man, may I ask you something? Why do I always come pick you up? Why you always got, why you don't have your ride or whatever? And you might not want to ask because you don't want to, like I said, don't want to disrupt what's going on. And then you get to the meat of the problem, and then it's like, okay, well, I don't have my car because I got warrants.
Mm.
So you needed so think about it. Had you never sit up there and you asked that question, you could be riding with that person and y'all get stopped by the cops or whatever, and they run both of y'all stuff, and then they take them to jail, and then they say we have warrant for their arrest. And you didn't know that, but all the while you walking, all the while you know what I'm saying, you dating Princess Peach or Mario, and they got some warrants and stuff out there. Now you tripping because dang, I thought everything was cool. So you have to really, so that's like a mild example of like a hard conversation. Or if you're dealing with somebody that just has
Significant.
their past is not squeaky clean. Dealing with a significant other that they past just ain't
Significantly
significantly
clean.
clean. Or yeah, so you have to take time out when those red flags start to pop up. Then you really need to take time to take your head out of the
Clouds.
garden, take your head out of the garden, out of the clouds, and be like, okay, we need to discuss this. If we're gonna move forward, I need to know X, Y, Z about what's going on. And you can make it a mutual thing and say, hey, let's just have a powwow. I'm gonna tell you, you tell me some things about you, I'm gonna
But
tell you
this
some things about me, and engage in these hard
should be brought up in
conversations.
the courting phase.
It should, but not a lot of people do it because their heads stay in the clouds.
Well, that's because
Hmm.
most people are putting their best
Yeah, we
foot forward.
Yep, the
discussed that
facades.
before about putting your best foot forward. And we
Hmm.
did talk about being truthful with yourself, being honest with yourself, sharing that from jump.
Hmm.
Because in order to have a
Yeah,
relationship, you have to have a friendship. And you can't
Yeah,
be
you're
friends
supposed to have a
if you're
friendship.
hiding. You can't be a true friend if you're hiding those deep, dark, secrets there,
Hmm.
you.
But see,
And I wouldn't even consider that as a deep, dark secret. I mean, if you got warrants out for speeding and all that
yeah,
extra, I mean, come
yeah,
on.
right.
That's something you would want to share, right?
Yeah, you should. But see, I think one thing I was gonna say was, when you see, we bad for this. A lot of people are bad for this. A need to know basis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So when people get on a need to know basis, on a need to know basis, that's like almost a red flag too, because they already know what's going on within themselves and within their lives that could mess up what's potentially new. Now we always sit up and say, well, if we come out of a bad partnership, a bad relationship, a bad friendship, or whatever it is, because there's a lot of restructuring that went on with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Your identity then changed, and you shape shifted a little bit. Then when you come out of that bad situation or whatever, the one thing that you focusing on is this new start. So you want a new start. So you think you go into the wipe the slate clean, and you go into a wipe the slate clean mentality. And
Okay.
what that really does is you can wipe the slate clean of a lot of things, but it's some things that you just can't wipe the slate clean, with there are certain, and you know what those things are, but you can get so comfortable to where you're saying like maybe you know, you get so comfortable to say, hey, whenever I meet this person or we're going to this, then I'm gonna address this and not address that and withhold information. And that's another thing too that can help that help hinders a lot of relationships. Cause you can sit up and talk to somebody that just has like you know problems with gambling or something like that. And you know, you can have a problem with gambling, a problem with smoking, or if it's in a romantic relationship, you know, they could have some pre-existing conditions. They might have something they can't get rid of, and everything is good to them, and they don't want to talk about that hard stuff. But a lot of people don't talk about those hard conversations because they fear that they're gonna lose what's new and they're gonna always be left out. But if you don't give that person a chance, you never know what they might accept, and then your conscience will be clean too. That's how I always try to go into a relationship, a partnership, a friendship with a clean conscience and say, hey man, you know what? I got some stuff going on, and I see where this is headed. Before we get into this, that we need to have this conversation. I need to tell you this.
Now, Frederick, you said vulnerability is only 5% and fear is the other 5%. Now, being vulnerable, let's address that being vulnerable, because for some, being vulnerable doesn't always turn out to be a very good thing. You know, when you open up, sharing this stuff with people, you either become butt of a joke, or what's the other thing I'm looking for? Humiliated. So let's address that vulnerability. Good morning, Shell.
Well,
she's saying happy Valentine's Day. Yeah, tough conversation for Valentine's Day. You say?
Yeah, that's right.
What now, Frederick?
I say, yeah, happy tough love day.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and address that vulnerability. How do we address that?
Well, you got to think. Every time you've ever opened up or exposed yourself to anyone, you have been hurt. I don't care who it was. I don't care what the dynamic was. Because whenever you open up yourself, you're looking at your self-image versus the person looking at your self-image, or looking at the actual facts instead of, actually looking at your emotional side of it. Mm-hmm. So when you're emotionally vulnerable, you're giving somebody the opportunity to hurt their feelings. Well, 90% of the time, they're gonna. Now, I take that back. I say 98.9% of the time, they're gonna hurt your feelings.
That's sad, but it is what it is.
I mean, think about it.
Okay, but this is why fear played into it, because nobody wants to be hurt.
Well, think about it like this. If I'm sitting there and I got gangrene and I can't reach this spot on my back, I want you to come dig it out, hurt me now so I can feel better later.
That's the mentality that we should have. But,
yeah,
like I said,
that's not the one most majority of us have.
Well, yes, that's why you got that fear coupled.
Yeah. And I think that's why I say, I think we talked about before how we learned it wrong. We learned it backwards. You know what I'm saying? When we were learning to deal with people, we learned how to use your gift the game, or what we like to call use your gift the gab, or what we like to call run game. You know what I'm saying? Run game. And like you said, you look at your hand and you play the best cards you have, or you put your best foot forward and you show people an image that you show people, you show people your Super Saiyan form first, and then instead of showing them your base form. So we learned it different. I mean, learned it backwards.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I do life like spades. I throw out my weak cards first, and then I slam you with the big guns.
Yeah. See, it's what it's what we're supposed to do. Is we have to get it. We have to start learning to break that mentality of leaving out the important stuff, man. It's like, yeah, we know we like to have, we like to
laugh and joke about how we cut it up and everything.
Yeah, we like to laugh and joke. We like for everything to be sweet. We like to be in Candyland, but sometimes you got to play shoots and ladders, and you know, get that hard stuff out there, man, so you can get to the level that you really want to be in. Because if I sit up and show you who I want to be first, and you get used to who I want to be or who I claim to be, and later on you see me in my base form, then you might, you know, you get it can be like, whoa, wait a minute, where did this person come from? So I met the projected you before I met this other one. Why? Because we didn't have these hard conversations. Because we started to go into la la land and keep your heads in the clouds, and instead of saying, hey man, you know, we need to talk about this. So as adults, I
But
feel
no
like
one
we
wants
need
to
to just
deal
sit
with
up and look at it.
the rejection. No one wants to deal with the humiliation. No one wants to deal with all of that. So, like you said, putting that best foot forward, that facade up, you know, that protects them from that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's kind of stupid
No.
if you think about it logically.
Okay.
I mean, think about it like this.
Mhm.
Do I want to get rejected by you in the beginning,
Or
whatever caused
later.
the least amount of emotional trauma? Or do I want to be rejected by you in the end when it's going to hurt me and I'm going to be sitting up here eating Ben and Jerry's for the next 2 weeks?
I was just about to say that.
Okay. So let's again, being
I
the
was
fact
just
that this
about to
is
say that.
Valentine's Day, we're going to dive into this now, because you also know that there are a lot of relationships that end around this time because they done found somebody else. You know, spring is right around the corner.
On the very day.
Yeah,
On the very day too.
on the
So
very day.
yeah, that's on the
So
very day. So
You want
I
to know why?
mean,
why?
here it comes.
In most cases, you have unrealistic expectations. And then you also have to think, everybody and their mama is seeing these people out here that got these good, awesome relationships. They've been together for 10, 20 years, all of this stuff. Now you starting to reevaluate your relationship that you have with these people. And now as you flash back and going through your memory, slow driving, you remember all those red flags you overlooked. So as we approaching Valentine's Day, we start addressing these red flags, and all of a sudden the person is trying to tell you what they want to receive, and you trying to get to the truth. You trying to see if I even want to continue to deal with you. Now, all the while, the person is ducking and bobbing and weaving, trying to get out of the way because they still trying to get their chocolate. They still got to say they with somebody on Valentine's Day, and you trying to say, I might need to use this day as a way of, let's see, we're going to address these red flags and we're going to clear the air. Most of the time, clearing the air involves in the person walking away.
Wow. Okay. So how do we address, step by step, how do we address these? And please give us some resolutions to these. You know, we've already decided that it is vulnerability, trust, fear that plays into why we don't have these conversations. Now, how do we engage in these conversations?
Man, I'm just gonna say it like this. If I'm talking to a room of grown folks, it's just a few words. When you see it, say something. When you call it, you say something. If I'm talking to a room of young, you know, adolescents or something like that, then I'll just say, hey, I'd say the same thing too, but I would have to break it down and say, well, if you would talk to real people in with bait, then I would have to go into the aspect of saying, hey, you know, if you want to be, I have to go into the aspect of saying being your best self and showing your true self and breaking down why you should talk about who you really are in the beginning, just like Frederick said. Do I want to be rejected at the least amount of
Fatality.
At the least amount of emotional trauma, or do I want to get knee deep into this and then get rejected and it hurts a lot more? So I would have to break it down into like a little food for like younger people. But since we're dealing with people that are supposed to be in the business of being grown, I'm just gonna say, man, look, you see something, take your head out the clouds, and then you just get right to it, man, because it could save you a lot. It could save you a lot.
Address it as it comes.
It can save you a lot of pain.
Address it as it comes.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying. Okay.
Not always, because I like to do it in the beginning. I'll sit there and I like to call it a courage check. I'm going to sit you.
A courage check.
A courage check. Because if I get through talking and you ain't ran away, courage.
Yeah, courage check. Yeah, after I get done saying what I have to say and you didn't run away yet, it's either one or two things. It's like, hey, you can really identify with what's going on, and you understand that people aren't perfect, and then apparently, or you see the worth there is within within me, and you value the fact that I'm honest. Or you could be the type of person that's just like, yo, I'm just gonna roll with you because sometimes it could be out of desperation. You can connect yourself to somebody that
Like
you can connect yourself to somebody.
we talked about bonding over hurt. That is like
Yeah.
the thing, bonding over hurt. Okay.
Yep. So it could be that too, but at the end of the day, having those hard conversations are really supposed to be for you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, look, I'm gonna tell you this. Even if you go at it like, I'm gonna tell you this, just for the sake of saying that you can't say I didn't tell you, or I'm gonna tell you this because I really do care about your well-being. I care about you as a person. I see something in you that is worth preserving. Trying to, and also having those conversations. If you don't have like the hard conversations, that can also hinder you to being what we all are supposed to be doing, which is trying to be the best versions of ourselves. Because you can sit up there and just sweep some stuff under the rug and not talk about some things, and then when some stuff come out that you didn't know, it'll have you questioning yourself. Like, you'll be sitting up there questioning yourself, like, man, how did I? I'm smarter than this. How did I sweep this under the rug? Oh, I thought I could deal with it. Yeah, how did I not see? You saw it. You saw it. You just chose not to address it. And speaking to people that's supposed to be in the business of being grown, I'm saying, I'm gonna tell y'all this right here. I'm saying this because I'm a victim. I ain't gonna say a victim. I'm guilty of it. I'm gonna say that. I know how it go. And so, and I believe, a great majority of us have done the same thing, man. You just swept it under the rug. You saw it. You just ain't paying no attention to it.
See, my biggest problem is I've always addressed life as attack my fears right back.
No.
So if I'm afraid to tell you something, I'm going to tell you quickly.
Now, we're not all built like
Don't go fast, go slow.
We're not all built like
him. Truly, he ain't the only one that's built like him.
Happy Valentine's Day, Letitia. Have a blessed day. She says happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Happy Valentine's Day. What's up, classmate?
Happy
Tough Love Day.
Tough Love Day.
Yeah, it is Tough Love Day. This is Tough Love Day. It is no longer Valentine's Day. It is Tough Love Day.
Tough Love Day, huh? Now, okay, so this goes beyond just being in an intimate relationship. This is for as far as friends, your parents, your children. This means engaging in hard conversations, period. Okay, so let's go. Y'all in agreement. Let's dive a little deeper here. Now, remember we had the show about family ties and having to come out clean with those deep, dark family secrets. Again, those hard conversations. I think, Chosen, we left out one where you were saying how the family's raising a child to believe that his sister, auntie, cousin is actually his mama. Those types of
conversations. Man. Those types of conversations. Shoot, you can go when you this is the front where I hit this at what Frederick said. Do you want to have the lowest emotional trauma, or do you want to get knee deep in this thing and it just atomic bomb and just straight nuke? Those types of things I believe those types of things was just straight up nuke a whole family unit. Like, if it was already built on a lie, you should know enough that hey, how is it gonna end? But it's always easy for people to not say
enough
nothing.
Movies to see how that
Man, I'm trying to tell you. But but most people had that whole thing. Oh, it ain't gonna happen to me. Oh, it ain't gonna. Oh, this ain't gonna be. When like a child finding out that they adopted, but then the signs are there. Like, okay, who is this? Why don't I look like this person? How come Nana treat me different than she treat my brother, or how come I don't usually get invited to this? Okay, how come my skin is darker than yours and stuff like this. So you have all that stuff. You just never know. Maybe back in them days, such and such, the auntie or or maybe one of them family members was dating somebody that they really didn't like,
Mm-hmm.
and then dating somebody that they really didn't like, and then a baby came out of that, and so they took it out on the baby, and they told the baby, hey, your daddy is really this person. This is your daddy. And you get up later on and you find out the person they said was your daddy really ain't your dad, and all that, because you didn't want to have this hard conversation to sit up and say, hey, we're addressing this right now. So yeah, those can be very, very big atomic things. Go ahead.
Leroy says, we deceive ourselves when we ignore warning signs and hope that things will blow over. It's like the chipping at a wall. Sooner or later, a hole will appear. That's what our hearts will look like as we allow these small chips.
I agree.
Okay, so let's look at that.
Red flags and small chips.
let's throw out some red flags, because we throw red flags around like everybody know what they're supposed to be looking for. Let's address red flags. Let's describe these red flags we should be out on the lookout for. Frederick, what's some red flags?
Okay. You told me you drive a Lexus and you show up in a Ford Pinto.
We're not gonna buy it in the shop, and I'm borrowing my friend's car. Okay, let's throw out another one.
Like another one. Like, why do you talk to your kids like that? Like, why do you always curse at your kids, but everybody else you cool with?
Okay.
You know, why you always cursing at your kids, but everybody else you don't treat like that? That could be that's a red flag too.
Hey, I got a good red flag. He just a friend.
Hey.
Yup.
Hey,
when you going back into them, going back into them.
As being just a friend. Cut that out. What else?
They say he's just a friend.
Right.
He's just a friend. Yeah.
Come on, Chelsea.
You know I had to. Come on now.
I know you had to. Another red flag.
You know I had to. Oh. Yeah. She say she can't have kids. And she said she can't have kids. She said she can't have kids, and she always get undressed in the dark.
Oh, wow.
Hey, we grown. Hey, we can have a little fun. You know what I'm saying? Why so serious?
What now?
Oh no, I was laughing at Chosen. Hold on. I mean, like you got somebody that say I pay all my bills on time, and then they call you 2 days later. I need you to help me pay a bill.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, in the comments, do we have any red flags in the comments? Y'all in this conversation too.
Drop down some of these red flags you've heard or you feel we should be looking for as we're continuing with this conversation. What about the man or the woman that turn their cell phone off after 10 p.m.? Do you think that's a respectful thing, or do you think he laying up with his wife?
Man, that's some stuff right there. Look, that's like some stuff right there that you should like really talk to, like catch on, like 3 is supposed to be the number of understanding. After I've seen that 3 times, I'm finna start asking questions. I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna be like Leon. I'm gonna be like Leon on Waiting to Exhale. You tell your little boyfriend to stop calling after 11 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you want me to do that, or do you want me to be polite and ask you why in the world you always got your phone face down and you turn that bad boy off in certain places and stuff like that? So I'll say this, like for instance,
Yep, that's a red flag.
That's like a red flag. These are things we need to discuss, because we need to start asking these questions. Once again I'll go over here to like romantic.
Before you start, Chosen, Letitia say a red flag when you can't go out in public with them. I only want to see you at night. Man, if that's not
that ain't a red flag. That ain't a red flag. That's a stop sign.
That's one of those do not enter.
Yeah, man, that ain't no red flag. That's a stop sign. We we gonna have to learn the difference.
Stop signs, huh? Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. All right. So
Now collect
you
$200. Just pass go and just you know what I'm saying. Like, get your $200.
No, not pass go.
okay,
You
go
want
ahead.
you need to go.
Yeah. What's up?
Okay.
She said another thing. She said don't answer the phone certain times of the day and night. Hey, you know what, man? Look.
Okay, now I got something to say about that because sometimes you got bill collectors and stuff like that be calling people. They look at it. If I don't know you, I'm not answering the phone.
Leroy says a red flag is I'm busy, but the person is busy 24 hours a day. Rochelle say red flag when they come up with an excuse whenever you ask to meet their friends or family.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, y'all keep them rolling. These some good red flags.
Yeah, these are red flags. Like business partners, hey man, a business partner, they always trying to like if you go into a partnership and they always have a what you say? Lies. Yeah, like they always have a hustle. Like when people always have a hustle. Like what are you gonna do? Okay, well they did this, you did this for them, what are they gonna do for you? You know what I'm saying? To me, when I talk to people like that, that's a red flag because it's not always about what it's not always supposed to be about, okay, they did this. Now you gotta have now you have to have a rapid recompense. You gotta have a rapid return. You know what I'm saying? So I watch that. I like to watch people that talk fast. That to me, that's a red flag. That talk fast.
Hey,
you quick to do
now
something.
What about the baby car seat in the back seat, and he said it belongs to his niece? But yeah, he got a wife and kids, but that's his.
Whoa.
Go ahead.
I don't ever recall being single having a baby car seat in my car.
Oh, it happens.
It happens.
It happens. Oh, I took my niece somewhere. You know, it happens.
There's a whole bunch of Jodies out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got some Jodies out there now. Don't get it twisted. There's definitely some Jodies.
It's got to be a Jody.
When a text.
Tyrese, I'm looking at you.
Okay. A text instead of a call. I want to address that because nowadays it is a lot easier to text than it is to call. It really is. So she's saying that that's a red flag. So let's do what?
That means they're emotionally immature.
Hey, because you text instead of calling, you're emotionally immature. I can't go with that one. I disagree with that. It could be a time. It could actually be the timing of what's going on or whatnot. You know, something you may not know.
They're not ready for something.
Well, you can text and say busy. I call you back.
Red flag. When every time you get in the car, you have to adjust the passenger seat. That is a huge red flag right there.
Who said that one? Letitia?
That one.
Okay. Man, it's okay. So this is the thing. So when you've been through certain things like this in relationships, any type of relationships, but I always revert to romantic relationships because that's what we usually wind up dealing with. That's what pretty much where the golf ball pretty much winds up bouncing or rolling to in the rough. So, you see all these things, but you can't get past what it is that you want. And you fear that, oh man, if I ask this, I'm gonna drive them away. Should I do this? When's the time? Now the time is right when you feel like you get duped. That's when the time is right. The time is right when you feel like you finna either get taken advantage of or when you feel like somebody just lying. And then, but see, okay, the bad part about it is too, like Frederick said, we'll go back to this. It's hard to engage into the hard conversations when these people are lying.
Yeah. Because they always have an answer ready.
So yeah, if they always have an answer ready, then you should start. If you're like, okay, and this is why you should safeguard yourself when it comes to most of these, man, because I'm telling you, and I know from experience, just because you think that people gonna change because you're you. Oh, they gonna change because look at who I am. I'm me. They ain't never seen nobody like me, and I can make I can make they might be they I can
I got
make water into wine. They might
I
be water
understood.
and I can be wine. So I got this right here and they can do this. And that's cool. It's cool that we believe that we have that power to save folks and everything. But you got to look at the fact that you can't save nobody that don't want to be saved. And you shouldn't
That's
even want to be sitting up here concerned with that, because the first person that you really do need to save is yourself. So you need to save yourself. When I say save yourself, you need to save yourself that heartache, save yourself that disrespect, save yourself that opportunity to be taken advantage of. And it comes with experience. So when you start seeing these red flags, man, start asking them questions. And when they start see what that happened was, or well, see, on Tuesdays, I usually go to the 7-Eleven, and then when I go to the 7-Eleven, that's when they got the pink smoothie and stuff. You know good and well they ain't got no smoothies at no 7-Eleven in the machine. And if you know that you know better than a lot of these things, and you've already answered a lot of those questions. So having those hard conversations, that's basically you doing your reconnaissance or your forensics. You can run your forensics when you have them conversations, and you'll save yourself a whole
Okay.
lot of heartache and pain.
So what about
Okay,
the Jerome say, amen, brother. What about the accusatory emotion, the environment, it comes off as accusatory. I'm serious. Okay.
Now
well,
you want to know? Okay, go ahead, Frederick.
Well, you got to look at the fact that it's accusatory because I think you're lying to me. And you keep repeating that same lie, but you have different variations of the same lie. Then yeah, it's going to be accusatory.
Rochelle says, when you see the red flag, just run the other way and save yourself a lot of future heartache. Now, you know how we talk about misunderstandings. Is there any way possible that any of these red flags dropped in the comments and the ones we've mentioned could be misunderstood? Is there any way possible?
I didn't catch no misunderstandings.
Big time, because you've got to think everything can be everything has the potential to be a misunderstanding.
Everything, yep. They could be really that person when they put their phone down or whatever. Or I'll say this: a person that I was on the phone, they could be actually handling business. Or when you calling them, and when you calling them and they never answer their phone, they actually could be working on something. But I will say this, and it goes back to the need to know basis, I guess. So I will say this, like, if I know that I work a lot, and if I know that I work a lot and I'm always on my phone and I'm headed into something, maybe this friendship, or I'm headed, and I don't want you to get the wrong idea, and I feel like you're somebody that's worth me explaining this to, and then I'll go ahead and tell you and communicate that to you so that you'll know, because I don't really know who I'm dealing with. If I'm truthful with you from the beginning and let you know what it is, then that'll save you some things. Now, after that, you can take it or receive it however you want. So if I tell you every time, look, when we chilling, my phone gonna go off, I got a lot of things to do. So I'm gonna need you to understand that. And then you can look at it after I done told you the truth and gave you the truth. It's up to you to sit up and be like, okay, this joker lying, or okay, I can understand it. And I've given you the choice. So the choice is in your hands, whether you want to deal with it or not. So it's like you have to say, if you already know what you're walking into with your situation.
Okay, so we have 3 comments here.
Oh no.
Leroy says all of these red flags calls for thinking outside of the box. Some may say that it's overthinking, but actually it's just paying attention to these red flags and thinking in overdrive. Y'all agree?
There you go.
There you
all
go.
Right.
That's it. I agree. I agree 100.
Rochelle says, that's why you ask when you see it. If that answer sounds shady as can be, run. Letitia says, no, you can't misunderstand these signs if you're not trying to see them. I can agree with that.
That's why you gotta ask. Yeah. That's why I say you gotta ask.
Well, you don't know.
What you say, Frederick?
I say most people ask this question because they don't know the answer or they want to know the answer. Now, if there's 1,000 red flags out there that can be misunderstood,
but then there's 1,000 misunderstandings that are actual red
Red
flags.
flags. Yeah, so it's so I mean it puts you it kind of puts you at a state a mental state of attrition. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, what do I think? What do I think of now? What do I think of? Okay, this could be this, this could be that, and you know, different things like that. So
So
I
it's
find
best,
that tangent always leads to misunderstandings every time.
so
yeah,
it's
okay.
best that if you see a red
It's just
flag
asking.
like this, it's best to just engage in that conversation instead of waiting to another flag. Because
Yes, man. You start weeding them flag like
some
you know how.
some people wait and accumulate these flags before they address the conversation.
Mhm. And then you run into something that you can't deal with. You know, a lot of people sit up and say, you know, relationships are based on the things because nobody's perfect, and you have to pick out what it is that you can and cannot deal with. You know what I mean? So while that is true,
And
what do most humans wind up doing? Most humans wind up biting off more than they can chew.
Yes.
So it's like, okay, I figured I found out you had a gambling problem. Now the thing about it is if I really cut for you as a friend, or if I cut for you as a significant other, and you have a problem with alcoholism, you have a problem with gambling. Now the thing about it is this: I can put you. I start looking at this like, okay, I can deal with it because I can take you to the places that help people with alcoholism. I can take you to the places that people that have gambling problems. So it's like, okay, well, I can deal with that because there's help for that. If I can't help
but
you,
now
I
you
know where to
know,
help you with it. But then now you taking on their problem and you stifling your growth and your mental growth too. Because let's say they do go over there and they get that help or whatever, then they have a relapse and it's years into the relationship. Now you knew they had a problem with these things, and then you go up to them and say, well, I can't believe you did this. You know, we went through all of this and this hard work, and I was there for you, and you did this, and that, and you beating them down, but then you don't take responsibility or hold yourself accountable for knowing that they had this, but you chose to say, I'm gonna help you. And so at the end, when they do relapse, you know what I'm saying? You can't get down on them because part of that is on you. You could have easily walked away.
that
This
goes
ain't
into
something I want to deal with.
problems people have.
Yep. But it's all about what you can deal with. Like some people can deal with it and some people can't. I was like, oh, I know somebody can get you some
What I'm
help.
trying to say is, before anybody can engage in that type of activity, you have to understand that there is no such thing as meaningful change unless it is voluntary, unforced change.
I get it. Yep.
Person
If it's not
has to be
voluntary or
willing to change.
unforced change, then it's never going to stick. It's never going to stick. They're never going to be able to go through with it because it's something they feel forced or compelled to do because of someone else or because of they don't want to lose this relationship. They don't want to lose this. But
Yeah.
deep down inside is something they still want to do. It's still something they desire to do.
Now,
If it is not voluntary, unforced
always,
change, it will never
not
stick.
always. Sometimes that desire to change is there, but the again, the flesh is weak. They are just weak in that area.
But it still has to be unforced change.
Yeah, it does have to be
See,
unforced.
you
And it does have to be voluntary. I agree with that.
resentment. Later on down the road, there's always resentment because of forced change. You can't get away from it.
Okay. Makes sense.
So if I'm not volunteering to make this change, and you're trying to force this change on me, I might accept it because I don't want to lose you now. But that's going to be the main reason I get rid of you later.
Yep. So, yeah, that's true.
That is true. All right. So with that, we're still talking about how to engage in these hard conversations. Let's address these cheating males and females out here that start cheating because they don't want to let go of what they have. Leroy says, right, I agree. Just I away. What? You're going to have to clean that one up for me, okay? Let's address these, okay? Let's address these, as I was saying, cheating males and females. These hard conversations. Now, a lot, I'm assuming that cheating occurs because selfishness, the big picture, selfishness, They don't want to let go of what they have. They see something else that they want to dive into, but they are moving on to another relationship because they don't know how to have the conversation with the one they with to let it go. Before we go, then marinate on that real quick. Leroy says, right, I agree, just walk away. Okay. Okay. He says, I guess that is instead of forcing someone to end a habit they're not ready to end, on his side, he'll just walk away.
Yeah, you just
So
gotta
there's
let
no
them have it, man.
No
You
such
gotta let
thing
them
as
have it.
there's no such thing as what, Frederick?
a cheater.
Cheater?
There's no such thing.
I'm frowning at you. Let's hear this one.
I think I know where it's going. Go ahead.
Go ahead, please.
You got, okay, like when I was younger, I wanted to pop about 100 women in Germany when I first got there. I wasn't cheating. I was making my rounds. I wasn't establishing the fact that I want you as my love partner for the rest of my life. I wanted to hit it and bounce. And so I made that fact abundantly clear in most cases. In some cases, I didn't. I was out to get what I wanted. You got some people out there that will always do that because they don't actually want a relationship. You may be a good cook. You may be a good babysitter for his children, but he's not actually cheating on you. He's actually doing his thing, and he has you taking care of his household.
Okay, so basically what he's saying is,
that may be what you see, the picture you see, but that's not the conversation that was
so
engaged in.
I'll say this. While I'll agree with what he's saying, because basically the term cheating and what goes on is basically a social construct. So the thing about it is you having that hard conversation to say, hey, look, like I said, I'll go back to we learned it backwards to run game, to get whatever it is that you want. So if you want to go ahead and you say you finna sleep with, you finna be promiscuous, and then you add in that whole factor of need to know basis. Some people, they leave out the fact that they need to know that you're not finna be the only one. So if you give them the decision to say, okay, man, look, I'm not looking for no relationship. I'm just looking for this. I'm just looking to smash. We were taught, don't sit up and say that. You got to do whatever it is that you got to do to get what you want, regardless, and you deal with it. Shoot first and ask questions later. You know what I'm saying? That deal with it. That was wrong. So to sit up and say, hey, it ain't no such thing as a cheater. I tell you, I agree to that by this. If you sit up and you tell them, hey, this is all I can offer you and this is all I'm trying to do. After that, if you accept it, you can't say I was cheating because I put it out there already in the beginning that this is all that it is. Now them cheaters is the ones that sit up there that say, I'm going to do whatever it is I want to do. I'm going to tell y'all, Darnell, Brandy, thin line between love and hate. That's the perfect example right there to me of a cheater. He did what he had to do and said what he had to say to get what he wanted. He told Brandy he loved her.
And that's
you know what I'm saying? And then
if don't do
it. Told Brandy he loved her, and he got what he got what he was doing. Him and Bobby Brown was Smash Brothers, and they Smash Brothers. So they were Smash Brothers or whatever, and he did what he had to do to get his goal. That was unfair to Brandy because Brandy felt like this dude, oh, he loves me. I done showed him all this, and he did everything he had to do to get this right here. So that's one thing I say that I agree whenever you come to say that it ain't no cheaters. It ain't no cheaters if you let them know what you out for from the beginning. But it is a cheater and a liar. But you're more of a liar than you are a cheater if you sit up and say, oh yeah, baby, we gonna get together. You the only person I'm with, and this. But deep down inside, all you know is you want to do is get the skins. Then you really ain't just you. You a liar. That's conniving.
Exactly.
And you putting people.
See, now that's come from being mature. You caught what I was trying to say. Now, when you go through
business of being grown,
it calls you an adulterer when you are married, not a cheater,
yep. Right.
An adulterer. So when you look out here in these promiscuous relationships that don't involve marriage, then what do you expect?
What do you expect?
How is he cheating on you when there is no marital bond?
Yeah. Or you sit up and you definitely say, okay, I'm gonna do you and I'm gonna do you, you do you and I'm gonna do me. You know what I'm saying? Like if you sit up there and you say that, that just because you say that, that does not alter the fact that this person still feels raw or wrong to what it is that's going on. You know what I'm saying? You'll still feel it. It's just basically that's a verbal contract, but it doesn't mean that it hurts any less, or it doesn't mean that I care any less. What happened? You see
Yes,
something?
Letitia have a question here. She
All
says
right.
she wants to know, she wants y'all to tell her, why do guys lie to get what they want? I
Yeah,
think we addressed
we was taught
this,
wrong.
didn't we?
That's
We
that's
did.
like
We was. I'll go back and say it.
a job, and they ask you, "Do you have experience in this?" And you only done it for 2 weeks, and you say, "Yeah."
Yeah. And you can't. I mean, because it's like they can't call you out and say you didn't have experience because you actually did it. You just ain't. You just don't. You got experience. You just ain't reached level 10 when they
I
require
think we
level 15.
addressed this on unintentional and intentional deception.
Yep.
So give us a recap on that, Chosen.
Oh man, intentional and unintentional deception. Just we kind of said that here today. When you put your best foot forward, you showing people your super form instead of your base form because you want them to see who you really want to be, and you're not really at that level, or you just saying, okay, uh, what's another? What's one of the examples I used
We talked
where I did that?
about
Um,
the game, because remember what we call it, swag. Was it swag? It's the social construct.
mhm.
Okay, so when you use the analogy of
Swag,
baseball.
not a social
Hey,
construct.
Jarrell, how are you,
There
Jarrell? What
you
have you
go.
put, Jarrell? Today's topic: how to engage in those hard conversations.
Yep.
All right, so no, go ahead and finish and let her know why guys lie to get what they want.
It ain't
Women
necessarily
do it too.
guys. Women do it too. But since you said it
Women
like that, I'm gonna go ahead and say. So with people in general, when they lie to get what they want, it could either be because they were taught that, or they just don't want to deal with the fact that they're supposed to be responsible with with the outcome.
Some
You know what I'm saying? So
people don't feel as
they'll
though
lie
they're
about it.
responsible for another person's feelings.
Exactly. So it's like, okay, like, and then again, like I said, we gotta go back to it. That's how we was taught, man. We was taught back in the day to run game. You was taught the
Yep.
mating ritual. You was taught, okay, if I put this on right here, and all I'm really trying to do is just initiate the mating ritual and do this. And once I do that, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? And so they feel like it's nothing wrong with that when generally it is. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to. Well, this is what you signed up for. Go
I
ahead.
can answer her question
Go
directly.
ahead.
Go ahead.
It's the challenge.
It's the challenge. Boom. There you go. It's the challenge.
And draws. That's all it
Especially
is.
when you're younger, we were taught that it was a challenge. But but I know, like, when you get older and you in the business of being grown, y'all gonna get tired of me saying that. When you're in the business of being
No,
grown, to
it
me
is
the
business of
challenge
being
is, yeah. So you go. So the thing to me, I look at it like this. If I said, like Frederick said, it's the courage thing. If I tell you everything you need to know, and I tell you everything I feel like you need to know, and you still here, then it's like, okay, all right, cool. That to me is like the challenge too. And you still here, and after we stood up there, I've won that challenge. So it's like, if I tell you all I'm trying to do is smash, and and you with it, it's like, hey, number one, I got what I was trying to get. Number two, I still gave you the choice to see if you still wanted to do that, and you chose that route. So it ain't no bad. It shouldn't be no bad blood after that. So it's like I accomplished two things with one stone. I ain't really like that, but
It's,
I mean,
it's still
it's just,
it's still the truth.
All right, y'all.
it's still the truth. Yeah.
We got 2 comments. Leroy says cheating is an agreement that everyone engaged will be treated fairly according to expectations and set rules if rules were provided. True. That means someone broke the rule and went out color outside the lines. Jarrell says,
Okay.
I intentionally. Go ahead, Frederick.
Really? Okay. How about you should not fornicate?
No, you're not supposed to be
It's
sleeping
quiet as a church.
with anyone period unless you're married. You're not supposed to be sleeping with
I mean, that's what it
anyone
said.
period unless you're married.
And all right then. So you can come up with all that super intellectual mumbo jumbo, but the issue is you ain't supposed to be. You're supposed to be keeping it in your pants until you walk down the lane.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Jarrell says, I intentionally deny the full truth from people who never keep it real with me. Now, back to what you just said, Frederick. you're right. You're supposed to keep it in your pants until you walk down the aisle, you know, get married and everything. However, we are addressing the issues of the world now. Now, in order to get down that aisle, you're going to see what you should have dating out there. Yes, I agree with that. But if a woman feels as though that the man she's with have not slept with and what have you, they're talking about marriage, and yet he dipping with Susie down the street because she putting it out, that is cheating.
It's lying and it's
What
cheating.
you talked about getting married and you're engaged and he put a ring on it, then yeah.
Yeah, that is cheating. I mean, that happens as well. So
Now that's breaking a bond.
When someone decides to color outside the lines and y'all done set the rules of what's going to happen in this relationship, that is cheating.
No, that's adultery.
That's what I said.
All right,
The term
let's
cheating, the term cheating is a social construct.
Bullet points on how to engage in hard conversations. Let's go.
All right. So basically, man, engaging in them hard conversations, man, you start seeing that stuff, address it as it comes. I'm pretty sure you'd have had a family member, a friend, or somebody tell you that from jump. So to save yourself, like I said before, to save yourself this pain, this suffering, this heartache, you start seeing these red flags, man, you just need to start saying, hey, start questioning all this other stuff. Start questioning and having them jump into those conversations. That's my bullet point.
Okay.
Call it when you see it.
Frederick?
I'd say you always want to do a courage test. When you get through laying it on the line and they still around, then maybe you got to keep her. If they running for the hills, then you good to go.
Oh, goodness. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for joining Coffee and Convo Houston. The bottom line of it is, if you see something that does not sit right with you internally, whether you consider it a red flag or not, if it does not sit well with you internally, address it. Do not sweep it under the rug and wait for later. Address it, have that conversation then and there. Don't fear whether or not they're going to walk away, be mad, or argument's going to start. At the end of the day, only one of two things is going to happen. You're going to see them for who they really are and foresee where the relationship will end down the road, or you're going to make a stronger relationship and y'all going to be able to attack the next level. Thank you for joining us. Have a lovely day.
All right. Enjoy your Sunday. Stay warm. Stay off them roads.
Happy